Hello, this is Dan Farisi, Editor-in-Chief of Commercial Integrator. So happy to be joined today by David Garlett, who is Key Account Manager and Consultant Liaison with Audix. Thank you so much for joining us, David.
Yeah, thanks for the time today. This will be fun.
So let's talk about audio in the AV industry. These days, the AV community is devoting a whole lot of attention to education and enterprise. Those categories and their respective technology needs have never been more important. From a miking perspective, can you share some of the biggest challenges in providing economical coverage of group spaces, for example, classrooms, meeting rooms, spaces like that?
Absolutely. And we here at Audix are feeling that need for good solutions in larger rooms as well. You know, the biggest challenge that we face, and I think all of our friends out in the industry also face, is larger spaces tend to have challenging acoustics. And ceiling microphone techniques are very dependent on how well the room behaves. So you're faced with kind of two challenges. One, address the room itself, or two, try to develop a microphone technology that isn't so susceptible to the reflections that the room may occur. And that's what we've done here today.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to get into that mic technology. We're talking, of course, about the M45. That's Audix's new product, and it directly addresses those kind of challenges by enabling a single microphone to cover up to about 25 individuals and to cover them extremely well. How can the M45 possibly do that?
Well, it's a very clever microphone. So here's the M45 right here. And basically, we started with a microphone like this. So this is a traditional mini shotgun, the M40S. It's been around a long time. And we sought out to miniaturize the shotgun, but not compromise the sound quality. And how that worked is some very clever work around this miniaturized interference tube. Long story short, what this allows is a very narrow pickup pattern, but a very deep pickup pattern. And by being focused with that narrow pattern, you're able to pick up what the microphone is pointed at, and it's very easy to point because we gave it a pivot and swivel mount that would work this way in the ceiling. So you can actually point the microphone in the direction of what you want to hear. On top of that, the microphone is incredibly sensitive, top of the class in that case. This is the most sensitive ceiling microphone we make. And that allows for you to pick up an area in less favorable acoustics of about 5 rows or 5 seats wide by about 5 rows deep. If the acoustics of the space are slightly improved, that pickup pattern can be expanded to areas of almost 20 feet away from the microphone. For example, the room that I'm in right now is 29 feet wide with 25 feet deep. And the microphone that is picking me up actually is one of these. And it's just off about 7 feet away from me. And you know, if you don't mind, I'm going to walk a little further away just so you can experience the sound of the microphone a little further away. So I'm going to back up here, and I got a little spot here. I am 18 feet away from that very same microphone here. And I can even lower my voice to just a face-to-face conversation level, and you're not going to have any problem picking me up. In fact, I could almost whisper, and you're still going to pick me up. So the efficacy of this microphone is going to change things in how we think about microphoning a classroom, a public meeting space, lecture hall, all of the above, where we need to get interaction with the members at a presentation or a classroom, or all of the above.
Super impressive. And you talk about putting your money where your mouth is. Actually seeing it before your own eyes makes it especially impressive. So our integrator audience is probably thinking two things right now. First would be, how easy is this to integrate? Second would be, how well does the M45 play with existing integrated environments? Such, for example, suppose I have a Dante-centered environment. What insights can you provide in that regard in terms of practical integration?
Okay, well, on the Dante side, we've done a couple of innovative things. So we have a Dante on-ramp box. We call it the DN4. Now, just simply an analog to digital converter that provides phantom power wasn't enough for us. We wanted a fully controllable integrated preamp, which there is here. We also wanted 2 channels of LED driving that goes on here. So there's kind of 2 ways to address this box. Dante controller gets you your routing and your network setup. And then we provide a third-party API, as well as we have plugins supported by our friends at QSC, Symmetrics, and Extron, where you get the full control of this box, the preamp, the high-pass, low-pass filters, and so on. So that's the Dante on-ramp, and of course, PoE from a switch powers all this up. It's plenum rated. And the installation procedure is wonderfully simple. Pre-terminated category on this end, and I have an M45 right here, and it's pre-terminated category on that end. And any of my friends out there that spent time on a ladder with your tweaker screwdriver, Phoenix connectors, and wire snips will love this. And that is as simple as it can get. Now, to put it in the ceiling, a 1.5 inch hole is drilled. You throw it up through the hole, put the ring back on, and give it a twist, and installation is complete. It's a remarkably simple way to do that. So we addressed the Dante and physically installing it. So what if you have a retrofit system with existing wiring and all that? Well, with the M45, we actually ship this very clever category to Phoenix block adapter. And for you folks that are just looking at cable that is already in existence, this is how you solve that. Very easy again. So we tried to make the installation as pragmatic and simple as possible. One might even say we're appeasing the lazy installer, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, thank you so much, David, for the insights. I think the M45 is definitely going to get people excited in this industry, and kudos to Audix for coming up with such cool technology. Again, I am Dan Farisi, Editor-in-Chief of Commercial Integrator. So happy to have been joined today by David Garlett, who is Key Account Manager and Consultant Liaison for Audix. Thanks again.
Thank you, sir.